Obviously, you had a tough game in Olympia. What were your takes from that entire game?
When the entire game was, you know, second half wasn't too good, but I feel as though that was the case for a lot of MLS teams throughout the Champions League. But first half was good. I thought we kept possession in good spots. We didn't risk too much. We didn't give up too much, and then we created two chances or two chances or so, and did well. And then I thought we got a little tired, a little mental fatigue in the second half, and a 2-2 I think is a fair result. But in the end, we're here at home, and I think we have a big advantage coming into this game.
How much of that exhaustion was part of just kind of the first game in, and maybe the weather, the moisture, anything like that?
Yeah, a combination of a lot of things. You know, the heavy field, the humidity, first game, being back officially. It's a different pace than a preseason game, and you know, every play matters. So you have to give it your all, and then that takes a toll on your body, and mentally you start making mistakes, and your touch starts being a little off, and then all the pressure piles on being away from home. I think when you're home, some of that isn't the case, but it was certainly the case in Honduras.
You've obviously played a ton of central midfield, but you had been preseason basically all on the wing. How big of a shift was that for you?
It wasn't too bad for me because I've had a decent relationship with Jordi Delem and understanding on how we want to play, and Joel just he mixes in really well. He's easy to play with, so it wasn't too big of a shift. But when you're preparing mentally to play right mid, and then all of a sudden it changes due to other reasons, personnel, choices that our coach has to make. It's all part of being a professional, but in the end, felt good in there. Sloppy in certain moments, but it's part of being the first game back.
As far as the exhaustion, was there anything that you could do this week to kind of help that, or is it?
Well, we're at home. Having another 90-minute game will certainly help our fitness going into our first game of the season, of the regular season of MLS. And as the games go by, you start getting into a groove and getting into it. So honestly, just playing another game will help me, help the team. But I think we're better off now than we were a week ago.
First two home games since MLS Cup. Are you looking forward to being back out at CenturyLink Field in front of the fans?
Yeah, there's no place like home, and then obviously, winning, coming off a trophy, it's extra special. So we have to give the crowd, give the fans a solid win to cap off the night. But it'll be a special moment, I think, for all of us, and we're really looking forward to it.
As much as you could, what's your impression of Yamar, the pairing of Yamar and Onyanka?
Well, he's a big, strong beast. I don't think he lost too many tackles in the game. You can feel his impact on the field. You just understand that you can take a little bit more chances knowing that he's 1v1 in the back, and that is a good thing to have. And then obviously with when we play more games, he'll feel more comfortable on the ball and understand the play a little bit more. Once Nico gets back, he'll look to find him. But all in all, he's a very, very good player, and we're very pleased to have him, especially against two big boys in Olympia's side.
Going back to that first game, what were your takes on maybe the way that the team approached the second half by adding another center back and removing a midfielder and kind of just bunkering a little bit more?
Well, in the end, you feel a lot of pressure, and you want to get fresh guys onto the field. To be honest, I thought all three of our subs were fantastic in the game. They gave us a little bit of a spark, even though we still were sitting back for most of the second half. Closing down players to avoid dangerous crosses, or having another guy in the box with their two big guys. It was really good, I thought. Now, it probably has to do with personnel and who's on the bench and who's available. But I thought that was a really good decision on Coach Messer's, part, and hopefully we can continue to have those fresh guys, especially in these early games, come in and really make an impact, because you'll see it 60th, 70th, 80th minute, guys are going down a little bit, and the attitude in body language it slows down a little bit, so subs are going to be vital.
One of those guys who subbed on was Alex. What was it like for you? What was the conversations between you two this offseason when his future was a little bit more undecided, and then what was it like when you saw that he was going to be back officially?
Well, initially I was honestly heartbroken to see him go. That he has a special place in my heart. He works so hard, and fans may not get to appreciate what he does for the team, but on the field, in practice, each and every day, he creates competition, and he makes it really difficult for the starters to come in, so that these starters are prepared for games. So our conversations were really deep. I always felt that he would be back here at some point. Didn't know if it was this year, in a couple years, but he's an MLS caliber player, and he showed it at a different position. And I think that's what may surprise other people. But this guy is versatile, and he's willing to sacrifice for the team, and maybe a little bit of his professional career, because I thought he was a really good midfielder. So coming into a right back situation, knowing that we didn't have a backup right back, I think was crucial for him, and he showed that he's capable of playing that. But I think he's going to be a big part of us going forward, especially this year. You saw how good he came in against Olympia, and was a little bit unfortunate to not score, but I expect him to come in as a midfielder right back and be a big impact for us this year.